Alrighty. What is up, y'all? We're back with the second episode of Your House, Our Rules Sports Podcast. We are joined by two familiar faces, Michael Wallet and Jack Hay. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing just good, man. We were supposed to get this podcast done yesterday. Stolzy's not here, unfortunately. He got a little bit sick. He was supposed to run it with us. We are going to have the gang of four, but, gotta do what you gotta do. So we're here. Last week, week 18 of the NFL season ended with a bang. A lot of things happened in the AFC. NFC wasn't as competitive as the AFC was, but there was a lot of stuff that happened. Dolphins ended up getting in, man, on that fucking shit show of a game. I know a lot of people lost money at the very end of that with that safety. But, yeah man, fucking wild week. You guys got any comments about the last weekend of football?
I mean, not comments. No, not really. I mean, it seemed like it was kind of it was leaning towards the teams that got in. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. I mean, I don't really see any kind of like. I don't know. What do you want to call them? Like underdogs that are gonna kind of like the Bengals were. I don't see a team like the Bengals from last year.
Yeah.
In this playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see that really.
I mean, but even so, we were a 3 seed last year, correct?
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No. We were not a 3 seed.
No, we were.
No, we're like a 6 seed, maybe something
We
like
won
that.
the AFC North last year.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
the Titans. No, I guess the Titans. Yeah.
We were a 4 seed.
Were we a 4 seed?
Yeah, because Kansas City and the Titans were above us.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
And the Bills were above us too, so we were a 4 seed.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any expectations. We had zero expectations going into the playoffs last year, and I don't see a team that had the same expectations that we had. That had a quarterback that got sacked 875 times. That could, kind of get to that point this year, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I think that when you're talking about both divisions, the NFC and AFC, I think that at the end of the day, there's a difference between the upper echelon and like the lower things. I think the top 3 teams in each are kind of just like the standard for this year.
Exactly.
But it is the NFL, so anything could happen.
Never know.
I'm just glad after last week the Steelers did not get into the playoffs. It wouldn't have mattered because we were playing the Ravens anyway, but I thought we might somehow jump the Bills and then end up getting to play the Steelers in the first round again. Our cancer. Yep. But, they didn't make it. The Dolphins ended up getting in there, and that was the team that I kind of wanted in there in the first place because the Pats have run their course with me after the whole Brady era. I'm done with the Pats. Want to see nothing from them. I think Miami's got a nice new team, fucking young coach, and they're building on small wins and stuff like that. Unfortunately, they're on a third-string quarterback for the fucking game. So, yeah. Any comments on the last week, Jack?
No. Hey, Houday, baby. I'm ready for the playoffs.
Got it
I'm
done.
so excited.
All right, we got it done. If that's the case, we got 3 brackets up here, and we're going to kind of go through the games, see what we can come up with. We're going to do first round. We're going to do scores. Unfortunately, spread's always kind of adjusting or whatever, so we can't really do much with the spread. We can kind of talk about it a little bit. But I got everything pulled up right here. For some reason, it is not letting me click on this without muting it out on the other screen, though. So we'll have to work through that a little bit, see what we got going on. So I want to kick it off with what we got. The first game that we have of the weekend is, let's see here. I don't have it pulled up on the NFL app. Sorry here, guys. The first weekend that we got, Saturday at 4:30, we have the Seahawks versus 49ers. And I'll kind of kick it off with my picks that I have. I'm obviously going with the Niners. I think that they are the best team in the NFC, probably the best team in the league, arguably. I'm definitely going, I think their defense is just way too stout. I don't think that there's anything that they can really do, the Seahawks can really do about it. I'm going 28-14 Chargers, and the only reason I don't think that, or Niners, and the only reason I don't think that they're going to score more than that is just because their quarterback isn't necessarily tested in the playoffs or the league, really. So, yeah. Jack, who you got with that one?
Yeah, I'm definitely rolling Niners as well. I mean, Kyle Shanahan is a monster. He's a monster. What he does with that offense is ridiculous, and that defense is stacked with players. They're the scariest team in the NFL. They're the only team that I am afraid of for the Bengals. But, yeah, I think they'll go in there, and, I mean, they're coming to San Francisco. Seattle's – I mean, I love Pete Carroll. But, yeah, I could see it being a nice run it down your throat, a lot of plays made. I'm going 30-17.
30-17.
30-17.
Okay, cool. Wallet, what you got on that game?
I actually think it's going to be a lot closer to that, and quite frankly, I could see either one of these teams winning that game down the stretch. I think that's actually my quote unquote upset pick for. I'm not going to pick Seattle, but that would be my upset pick for the first round of the playoffs if I had to choose one. They've got a backup quarterback playing in San Francisco that's not tested in the playoffs. I know their defense is stout. But I really like Pete Carroll, and I like how he positions his teams to win, to fight, to do what they can to win games. But I'm going to go with not a lower score, but something a little bit closer. I'm going San Francisco 24 and Seattle 20.
Really? Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. I think Seattle kind of got screwed a little bit with their pick or whatever. I think that they could make a little bit of a run if they weren't running to the 49ers, who are just playing real good ball. You said that they could almost make a run in the playoffs, right?
I'm not necessarily making a run in the playoffs. I mean, I think they could win this game. I don't think they'd make it any further than the next game,
Gotcha.
considering who they'd be playing. But I mean, I think they could. This would be my upset pick
Gotcha.
of the first round. Seeing the other teams that are playing each other in the other matchups, that would be the one that I would go with.
Yeah, I could see them making a little bit of a run if they weren't the 7 seed. They don't get home field at all, no matter who they play. But that 12th man that they got out in Seattle is really nothing to fuck with. So.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, but I mean, playing the 49ers at home, 49ers real hot. I think we're all kind of in agreement that the Niners are going to take that. A little shocked by what Mike said on that one, but, we're going to keep it on moving to the next game, man. We got the Chargers, the 4 and 5 seed, happen at, I think it's 8 o'clock. Let me just double check that. 8:15 kickoff on NBC. Chargers at the Jaguars. The Jags, they have, I think, the 5th best seed or the 5th best streak in the entire league right now. They're playing real good ball. I think Lawrence is starting to come in as a quarterback, but I think that the Chargers are just the better team. I go on 31-20 Chargers. I think that they're going to take that one. Who you got?
Actually, I was going to say that's. I would actually agree with you on that. I think the Jags are going to meet their match here. But honestly, dude, if we think about it, the Chargers are going into this playoff not being talked about very much.
No, they're not.
Other than Justin Herbert, they're not being talked about that much at all. As a team that can, go places in this playoff. And I've got them winning pretty handily at 28-17.
28-17. All right, cool. What do you got in that one, Jack?
I'm gonna roll with the Jags.
Really?
I think Doug Peterson, not only is he a hell of a coach, I take him over Brandon Staley all day, any day. The Chargers do some real wild shit. They find ways to lose games, even with Herbert being a monster. Mike Williams, even though he's cleared, I think, the back injury, and they've got injuries with Bosa. The Jags remind me of the Bengals last year. They really do.
Wow.
Yeah, they scare me more than the Chargers for sure.
Really?
The Chargers can't run the ball. Chargers cannot run the ball. They have a hard time stopping the run. The Jaguars play good, cohesive ball. I'm going to go Jaguars 24-20.
24-20. Nice. I see the one thing about the Chargers I look at is their defense. They've got a really good defense. They've got a tough defense. I think that's going to mix it up for the Jags and that offense. I could see some turnovers in that game for the Jaguars.
Yeah, for sure. I know. I was a little bit surprised that Jack took that pick. I thought the Chargers were a for sure thing. I do kind of want to comment a little bit before we move on from this one. The Jags are sitting there at that 4 seed playing the 5, and the way the playoff could have gone a little bit different. Like, I understand that they won their division, and it's one of those things where, like, regardless if they win their division, if you agree with the division winner being in the playoffs or whatever, the Jags didn't have the record necessarily to earn the 4 seed, in my opinion. I think that they should have come in and they should have ended up being a 7 seed or whatever, and I think that could have shaped the playoffs a little bit differently. So I kind of want to get your guys' opinion on that. Do you think that the division leaders should get the 4 seed just because they won their division, even though they are the weakest record in the league? Jack?
I do. I like the way it's constructed. I like there's 2 conferences. You have to win your conference, get the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The conferences are broken down in divisions. The focus is to beat your team in your division first.
Mm-hmm.
That's your ticket. That's what their goal is, to set out to get to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like where the league's at right now. In every division, they're all worried about those people. They're going to play 2 times a year,
Yep.
you know? And I really enjoy it myself, personally.
I agree with Jack, and here's why. Because if that were the case, then the divisional opponents would be meaningless, or meaningless, basically.
Well, no, you'd still get in the playoffs for winning your division. You just wouldn't get the 4 seed.
Right, but it wouldn't make it as important winning those games in your division. Being a division winner it should get you in the top
because it would
4.
still guarantee you a player. But I mean, we're looking at the right now what the AFC South, right? The Jags are in.
Yes.
Yeah, the AFC South. We're looking at that, and all the teams are like the Texans suck, the fucking Colts suck. They're tied for the worst record in the league, and I think the Texans won the tiebreaker. Lovie Smith just deucing out, knowing he's going to get fired and shit. But the whole fact about that is like it's just clearly a weaker division, and I don't necessarily agree with the fact that they should get a 4 seed and fucking take up that spot. Because if that were the case, then they would be there. The Ravens would get pushed up to the 5th seed, and we would be playing the Dolphins, I think. And I'd rather play the Dolphins than the Ravens again.
Yeah, I hear you, but that's kind of my point. I mean, then those other teams that didn't do as well in their division, then you got to step up. It makes those division games and winning your division that much more important.
Cool. Yeah, I see that. For sure.
On top of that, I would say, I would take the Jags over the Dolphins and the Patriots and the Jets right now. I'd take them over the Ravens.
Would you take them? Would you take them if Tua wasn't all concussed and stuff like that and still in the game? Because I thought at one point,
I'd still take them.
Really?
I trust Doug Peterson. I think he's a great head coach. I think what he's doing in Jacksonville is going to emanate. The Dolphins have weapons for sure.
Gotcha.
But their defense is nothing.
Yeah,
their defense is nothing
for sure. But at one point in the league, before they went on that streak, and Tua's been in and out or whatever with the concussions or whatever, I legitimately thought the Dolphins is a Super Bowl contender, like one of those top 4 teams in the AFC.
Oh, they were being talked about a lot. Yeah. They were being talked about a lot. Yep.
I agree
for sure. Yeah, but we can move on from that one a little bit. So next, speaking of the Dolphins, we have the next game is Sunday, 1 p.m. on CBS. We have Dolphins versus Bills, another divisional matchup in the AFC. This one, I think the Dolphins could have been really competitive, man, but with the third-string quarterback and like you just said, their defense not being what it is, I think they get smacked around by the Bills pretty hard up there fucking the home game for the Bills. I'm going 34-13 Bills. I think they smack them real hard. I think Hill and fucking Waddle will have a couple big plays, get them in field goal range, and they'll score some points, but I think it's going to be a pretty big massacre in that one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm at 34-10 on that one. Bills. I mean, especially going to Buffalo at this time of the year. I mean,
right.
I don't know what the weather looks like up there, but I know that's it's always difficult playing in such cold weather and snow if it's snowing.
Right.
But yeah, the Bills have so much to play for, and they've got. I love their head coach. He's got that team just firing on all cylinders. I mean, they're one of the 2 or 3 best teams in football right now, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, Jack, what you got?
Yeah, I'm right there with y'all. Sean McDermott's that guy. Josh Allen he's that dude. He's just a freak. Mm-hmm. Clear leader, and he's just not afraid to be a human. I think he wants to go out there and show out. I think the whole team does. I'm with y'all. I think they're going to hang up 30 easy. So I'm right there with y'all score. I'm going to call it, let's call it 32-15.
32-15. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. Yep, moving on from that one. The next game that we have, 4:30 on Fox on Sunday. We have the Giants at the Vikings. For this one, y'all, I actually took the upset on that, and I'm picking the Giants. for some reason, the Giants, I've been looking at them all year, and they're one of those teams that everyone's been talking about, or that no one's really been talking about, and they've put together a pretty good year from what I've seen. And the Vikings are one of those teams that, like, on paper, they look really good, but, like, at the end of the day, they don't look really good, having to come back against Indianapolis and stuff like that. I think it's going to be a close, down-to-the-wire game. I think that the Giants are going to take it 28-27.
Yeah, that's not honestly that's a nice pick because I kind of had that going either way as well. And honestly, I don't even think the Giants winning that is that crazy of an upset for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. The Vikings have been there. I really like the Giants head coach. Mm-hmm. I really like his mentality, the fire that he has within his system and that team. I absolutely love it. If you look at his the week 18 or the week 17 game that they were in, that they knew that they were making the playoffs, that guy was going crazy on the field after the game. I absolutely love that. But I have the Vikings taking this because of the run game. If Dalvin Cook can take control of that run game, then I think they've got they've got this one pretty handily. I've got them actually winning 24-10.
24-10. All right. And Jack, who you got for that game?
I'm gonna roll with the Giants as well. I think Brian Daboll is how you say his last name.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I love him.
I think what really is going to make the difference is the Giants have an actual sneaky good defense. Mm-hmm. No one can shut down Justin Jefferson though. But Kirk Cousins, I don't trust him. Don't trust him at all in playoffs. Not at all. He can throw to Justin Jefferson all they want. I assume that they're going to try and take him away.
Yeah.
That's going to be their game plan. So if they can run, for sure that'll be trouble. But I do think the Giants' offense will be tough for the Vikings to contain as well. Saquon Barkley and Danny Dimes, bro.
Yeah.
He's doing these things. I'm going to give it to the Giants. I'm going to say 23-20.
Nice.
23-20. All right, cool. We're going to skip over the Sunday night game, Bengals, because we're Bengals fans. We're going to do that one last, and we might get into a little bit of Bengals talk after that. I figure us all being huge Bengal fans. We're going to skip over that to the Monday night game. The vet fucking GOAT status, fucking Tom Brady and the Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowgirls. So, honestly, I think that fucking Brady's going to have a career game. I think that he's going to drop an eggplant and 2 fucking glazed donuts on him. 1,000 fucking passing yards. I'm going 84-0 fucking Buccaneers.
Gee. Remember that, everyone. Please remember that.
84-0.
84-0. Michael Parsons is going to be pissed.
Yeah. Nah, fuck the Cowgirls. Fuck everything about them. Fuck their organization. They lose. America wins.
Wow.
You go first, Wallet.
All right. I've been looking for Brady in that offense to have a good game like what you're talking about, Spilly, all season.
Yeah.
And I had Mike Evans on my fantasy team. Mm-hmm. And it's like 1 out of every 7 games that guy had like a really good game. Okay, where I was like, oh damn, hell yeah, Mike Evans is lighting it up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to happen here. Okay, yeah. I think the defense for the Cowboys, Micah Parsons and that D, I think they're gonna. I think Brady's run its course. I think this is it for him. All right, I've got them winning. I don't really like Dak Prescott in that offense that much, but I think their defense is going to be what wins that game. So I've got them winning 21-17.
21-17. All right, good pick, Jack. Actually, bad pick. Fuck the Cowgirls. I hate your pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Tampa Bay for a few reasons. One, even though this year Tom Brady, for the first time in his career, I respect the fuck out of him. He lost me money.
Did y'all see that he did the most completions in a year this year?
Yeah, bro. He threw the ball all year long. That's all they did. They couldn't run the ball. Yeah. He's still that dude. They don't have an O-line, which is bad because the Dallas Cowboys defense is scary and they're fast, and Micah Parsons is a freak. But do you guys know that the Dallas Cowboys are 1-4 when playing when they're not playing on turf, when they're playing on grass fields?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
Slowed down.
Their defense isn't as good either.
Yeah. So, and they're very opportunistic. They like to take chances, and I think Tom Brady will be ready for that. I think he's gonna definitely test Diggs out there in the corner with Mike Evans. So if they can get him any kind of time, it's gonna be rough. But yeah, and also it just comes down to me. What is Dak Prescott versus Tom Brady? Dak Prescott is a human, cool. Is a quarterback, he's mids.
Yeah, and
I agree with that.
They kind of came into the playoffs limping a little bit. They've been having some close games, dropping some games and stuff like that. And the last game of the season last week, the fucking Commanders put it on them, and that was a team that came off. They didn't end up making the playoffs, and they just had something to prove, I guess, in that game, and they really put the fucking eggplant on the forehead, man. So. Jack really won with the Bucks. That's a little bit surprising, but I respect the decision.
I'm gonna give the score. Let's go Bucks. Let's go 20-17. 2017 Buccaneers.
Okay, cool. All right, and now moving on to the last game. Us being Bengal fans, Sunday 8:15, baby. Fucking, we get to watch Joe Shiesty get it on again, man. I just want to go real quick through this. Let's just do scores. I'm just gonna say mine real quick. Wallet, you say yours, then Jack, you say yours, and then we can fucking kind of dig into that a little bit. Might do a whole separate section, which is the Bengals talk. So I got 27-19 Bengals.
All right, so I've got 31-21 Bengals.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 35-14 Bengals.
Love it.